economic development, industry diversification, recycled revenue, primary business? Do any of these terms really make sense to any of us? Probably not. Economic theories and principles aren't really the things we typically post about on Instagram. We see these as ideas for someone in a tweed jacket sitting in a dusty office surrounded by hardbound books. We don't think about them as being important in our daily lives. But we at the AEDC beg to differ. These principles shape where and how we live. And believe it or not, they're not that complicated. We can teach you a little bit about how your local economy works and why you should pay attention. Let's talk about the flow of money and how it impacts your local economy. A local economy is a simple geographic area where the vast majority of the people live and work. The boundary of this local economy is mainly determined by the commuting patterns of the people in the area. The location and number of jobs within an area determine how big geographically this economy will be. Now, imagine all of the wealth of this local economy is contained in a single bucket. It swirls around and around like it's being churned with a mixer. It goes from person to person, business to business, and person to business. Money is exchanged in each transaction, and the money recycles through over and over. But there's a hole in this bucket where the wealth of the community is leaking out. Did you buy a car last year? While some of that money does remain local, a good share of the purchase price is returned to Detroit or wherever the car was made. Every time you purchase a shirt or a pair of shoes, money leaves the community and goes to the city where the product was made or the service is being performed. No matter how big or small, money is continuously leaving the community through this hole in the bucket. Now you may be asking yourself, but I thought money was being exchanged from business to business. Wouldn't that stop the leak? Unfortunately, it doesn't. Most businesses are consumptive in nature, meaning they rely upon the local marketplace to earn their profits. Consumptive businesses include doctors, restaurants, and movie theaters. Almost 95% of the businesses in most communities are consumptive businesses. If they want to increase their share of the money in the bucket, they need money to stay in the bucket and grow. So, how do you stop the leak? Well, you can't stop it entirely. Instead, what a community needs is to add money to its economic bucket, replenishing the supply. A source, like a faucet at the top of the bucket, needs to be turned on, rejuvenating the wealth so that the churning process can continue. A local economy's faucet is a specific type of business known as a primary business. New wealth is brought to a community by the business activity of these primary businesses located within your local economy. A primary business is one that sells its goods or services outside of the area, importing money to the local area. That car you bought last year, the primary business in that transaction is the factory it was manufactured in. The bottle of wine you picked up for dinner, the primary business in that transaction is the vineyard where the grapes were grown and the wine was bottled. When communities are able to find a healthy balance between consumptive and primary businesses, the faucet can fill the bucket faster than the money can leak out. As a result, the local economy is stabilized and new wealth is created. The retail sector can expand and add new boutiques and new restaurants. The service sector grows and adds businesses like art galleries, yoga studios, and salons. A balanced, stable economy is the goal of all economic development institutions. And just like that, you've learned a little bit about economic development and the flow of money in a local economy.